Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared Podcast, home of people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, Austin Creed. Welcome to the show. Oh, my friends, we're going to have a very interesting show because I want to illuminate a simple truth. And by simple, I want to highlight the word simple. Because let me tell you something, if you're a man listening to the show, there is a very high chance, and by a high chance, I mean probably 100% chance, that you were raised to be a simp. Now, what is a simp? A simp stands for simpleton. In other words, you were brought up to be just a simple man. You were brought up to perform simple tasks for the people in power, the robber barons of our time, if you want to call them that. And you had one function. You were to get an education, in other words, get indoctrinated into what they wanted you to do and what they wanted you to know. Then your next task was to go to college, and your next job was to then work on the corporations, or more than likely, you didn't go to college, and instead what you did was you became a part of the bottom 1%. You became part of the percent that everybody else is, where you're the ones complaining about the rent's too damn high. The rent's out of control. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. The economy sucks. Blah, 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 blah. That is you. That is why you are living the way that you are living. Now, you can get mad if you want. Here's the difference. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm not. I'm just another man. But you need to stop simping. Now, this is a two-prong attack. Some of you have probably seen Andrew Tate, Kevin Samuels, CGA, anybody like that on this side of the internet, and you know what a simp is when we talk about it. The traditional simp is a person who pedestalizes women, who is trained to treat the woman like a dog would treat its master, in other words. Now, that is just one prong of the two-pronged approach of stop being a simp. Second is stop being a simple-minded fool. Stop thinking that things are so two-dimensional. Stop thinking that everything you've been told to believe is true. In fact, most of it is a lie based off another lie, based off on another lie, and a misconception on top of that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I have all the answers. What I will tell you is I'm a person who has some answers and is actively investigating the rest. That's what being I am a philosopher. A philosopher is someone who seeks truth. And that is what I do every day on this show, is I seek truth. Because there's a lot of money in selling you gobbledygook, garbage, bullshit, pardon my French, and everything else. There is a lot of money to be told in selling you a dream, selling you something that's completely synthetic and fake. I'm not fake. I'm just me. Now, my friends, let's get back to this two-pronged approach to stop simping. Number one, stop pedestalizing women. You know, I find it really sad that there are men out here who will take a woman on a fancy date in the nicest place in town, with the nicest experience, with a nice car that they rented and everything else, but then they won't do that for themselves. They won't go out and order a nice dinner for them. They won't go to a movie by themselves. They won't go to the opera. They won't go anywhere by themselves. They think it makes them a loser. They're afraid to do anything by themselves. They think they need a broad with them at all times. They think they need to have a friend group with them at all times. Stop being simple. Stop doing what everybody else is doing. Because let me tell you, if you want to do what everybody else is doing, you're going to get what everybody else has already gotten, which is practically nothing. So that's what it comes down to. If you want to be like everybody else, turn this show off. This isn't for you. Go back to listening to the traditional Democrat, Republican, women are the best thing since sliced bread, men are all garbage, no good. Go back to watching the classic garbage that you could find anywhere else. This is not for you. You want to be part of the top 10%, top 1%, you came to the right show. Because you need to stop being a simple person, because that will get you simple results. Both with women and with wealth. You think the two are separate? No, my friends, they're not. In the words of 50 Cent, you're hustling backwards if you're chasing a bitch, stupid. Chase the paper. They come with the shit. That's what 50 Cent said. Shout out to 50 Cent. He was 100% right. If you are chasing after women, you will always run out of money. But if you are chasing after money, you will never run out of women. Facts. 100% facts. Now, that's not meant to put down women like they're gold diggers or whatnot. No. No, this is just how they have survival instincts just like you have survival instincts. Women want men who have the most resources. And that is not bad. In fact, that's good. Because then that makes your offspring better. I bet every one of you wishes that you had a rich dad. Probably, right? You wish you were brought up like Donald Trump, right? Yeah, of course you do. Guess what? You're not, because your mom wasn't hypergamous enough. Facts. That's not meant to insult you or your mom or anybody else. It's meant to show you that if you want to become the best, the only person stopping you is you. You're in your own way. Michael Jackson said it. You're fighting the man in the mirror. You need to stop getting in your own way. I believe it was Gary Vaynerchuk who he's written books about crush it, about building your brand off of something you love. What do you think I'm doing right now? I'm talking to a camera with a glowy microphone. I love doing what I'm doing. It's my passion. I love it. So that's why I'm doing it. Am I making bank right now? No. But guess what? I'm working every single day to get to a point where I will be able to do that. And you know what? That's what I'm willing to make that sacrifice. I am willing to say, hey, I will take the short-term L to make the all-time win. If you think that you're just going to make it rich overnight, you're wrong. If you think you're going to make it doing things simple, wrong. In fact, you could be doing things that you might consider being silly, but you can make a lot of money off of it. Again, it goes back to stop simping, stop being simple, and stop putting women first. I see it on my college campus all the time. I see people looking at women. I see people trying to cold approach chicks. I see dudes swiping on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Plenty of Funky Fish, all these places. They're swiping, they're thirsty, they're horny. I see it all the time. Now, partially it's not their fault. The women dress in that way to get attention because attention is the currency of every woman. However, I want to tell you something. Do you think the thirsty dude who's staring at women, spending all his time trying to run game and perfect his cold approach and dress right and get all the cologne and everything, do you think that women like him? No. Oh, I guarantee you, they like rappers, they like artists, they like actors, they like influencers. Guess what? They're focused on their goals. They're focused on getting the next level. They don't care about a random broad. They don't care about some random BS. They care about bettering their brand, which is exactly what you should be doing. That's exactly what I do every day. Guess what? That costs you something. The emphasis on stop simping is because you are coming from a place of desperation. You're coming from a place of deficit. You think that if you don't cold approach that woman, or if you don't go out there and you don't do this, you don't learn this pickup line, that you're not going to have a girlfriend, that you're never going to have any woman in your life. What kind of mindset is that? Do you plan on being broke, dusty, ugly for the rest of your life? I didn't think so. I hope not. Because then you won't have that problem. But guess what? You're thinking short term. Another symptom of being a simple-minded fool, of being a simp, a simpleton, is thinking short term. Stop thinking short term. Start thinking long term. Start thinking about things that can make you better, that can better yourself, that you can become the best version of yourself. I wrote a book on how to become a better man, an untraditional man. If you're spiritually seeking, if you're a Christian, if you're someone who is in tune with wanting to become better, not sold on marriage, check out my book. Should be on the corner of your screen right there. I have it right here on my desk. Why? It's an element of my personal philosophy that I've codified into pages that I will continue to expand upon if my philosophy evolves over time, which everyone does. But not the simple person, not the simp. The simp thinks that his strategy will work forever, when in fact it's never worked for him. He thinks, but he plays a numbers game. He thinks that if he approaches X amount of women, 1, 2, or hopefully 3 will sleep with him, or go on a date with him, or whatever. Think about how much time you're wasting, my friends. Think about how much money, how much attention, how much energy, how much your attitude is suffering, how much your mentality is garbage. That is what you're really losing on. I'll be honest with you. I'm not saying this to insult you. I'm wanting to give you good medicine, which in my experience has always tasted lousy. The bubblegum flavor, the Applejack flavor of medicine is full of sugar and it's garbage for you. The medicine that tastes lousy is pure, unadulterated, good medicine that will make you better faster. Period. End of story. It all depends on what you want. Do you want to be normal? Do you want to be boring forever? Do you want to be a loser forever? I don't think so. I hope not. So stop simping. Stop being a simple-minded fool and start succeeding. Stop simping. Start succeeding. Success is the active pursuit of a worthy goal. Do you even have a goal? Much less is it a worthy goal? Probably not. Guess what? That's step one. Fix that first. I have a whole chapter on success in this book. Again, I'm not pushing this book because I want to make money. I'm pushing it because it helped me. I developed this when I was in a mental hospital on suicide watch. I learned all these things the hard way. And I want you to learn from my mistakes so that you can be better than I was and get to the results faster than I ever did. That's what I want for you. But do you want it? Or do you want to be basic and beta your whole life? I hope not. But too many people, that's exactly what they do. They live in fear. Fear is a tool of the devil that will make you worse. That will lead you to drift like you're on a lazy river and you wonder why you can't swim and you're fat and you're out of shape and you're weak and no one respects you. That's why. When you start making demands, you become a dangerous man. When you start actively pursuing something, people get intimidated by you. Are you ready for that? I hope so. Stop simping, start succeeding. My friends, if you liked this show, maybe you've watched me before many times, maybe you've never seen me before. I recommend that you go through my entire catalog. I talk about this stuff. This is my bread and butter. I talk about all kinds of things. If you really want to interact with me, go on over to X at Sheep Get Sheared. I'll leave everything in the description. Like, share it. Share this with somebody who needs to stop being a simp, who needs to stop being a regular beta for the rest of their life, who wants to be better and stops being a complete and utter loser. I'm sick of people talking about why they can't do something. Think about why you can do something and why you will. Start thinking positively and stop thinking like a simp, like a simpleton about why you can't. Stop limiting yourself. My friends, God bless you. God bless your families and God bless America. I'm out of here. Enjoy your day. Let's be better than you were yesterday. Peace. I'm out of here.